We have revised our inflation and growth projections. And if you look at the inflation projections in particular, which I think which would attract a lot of attention, if you look at the inflation projections, primarily the projections have been revised upwards due to war-induced factors. The primary reasons are the crude oil having gone up to 100, it went to 130 as I had mentioned, then they have moderated, but we have assumed a price of $100 per barrel. The second point is that in the sequence of priorities, we have now put inflation before growth. Third point is that the stance continues to be accommodative while focusing on withdrawal of accommodation. So we are gradually, therefore, moving away from the accommodation, which has been, again, which has been there for more than 2 years. In fact, somewhere in the middle of 2019, we had switched over from neutral to accommodation. The fourth point is that the LAF corridor has been normalized. The corridor is now 50 basis points, 25 basis points on either side of the policy repo rate, which is at 4%. The fifth point is that SDF has been introduced, and SDF will now be the bottom of the corridor. The sixth point is that we have said with regard to liquidity, the liquidity withdrawal will be done in a multi-year time frame. We have mentioned multi-year time frame after very carefully weighing what would be the economic cost of withdrawal of liquidity, and what would be necessary keeping in mind the stance of monetary policy. So the liquidity policy, the liquidity withdrawal will be taking these two factors into account. We have said it will be done on a multi-year time frame, and a multi-year is obviously more than 1 year. So it can be 2 years, it can be 3 years. That will depend on the evolving situation. If there are questions, we would like to elaborate upon it later on. And the seventh point is that I have said in the statement that the situation is dynamic and fast changing, and all our actions will be tailored accordingly.